Patient presents to the ICU with pop. It's time. My last step exam of my medical career. Hey everyone, welcome to another video of MedHead. It is present day Derrick. I am filming this in the middle of editing. To give you a heads up that this video that you're about to see is a recap of the past few months of my time as a first-year medical resident specializing in physical medicine and rehab, shortened as PM&R. I usually give you guys a little bit more of a focused video per rotation or per service that I'm on, and this one is stretched along many different rotations or services, including cardiology service, neurology, intensive care unit or the ICU. And the reason it's like that is just because I've been incredibly busy. Intern year, as a lot of you guys know, or the first year of residency in medicine, is quite busy. And I have unfortunately been unable to pick up the camera at all times and give you guys what you deserve in quality footage and kind of showing you guys what I've been up to. So to make up for lost time, I've taken these videos from these past few months that I've kind of gathered and made into one video. This video also will feature kind of a short reaction to me opening up my step 3 score report, and I will be sharing my actual score with you guys as well. But without further ado, here's the video. Hey guys, it is Friday. I am on my second to last day of cardiology service, and I'm on my way to get coffee. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of MedHead. I know it has been a very long time. I've been preparing for step 3 and working at the same time, which has been very tough. But now I'm on a new service, on acute pain management service, and I'll update you guys along the way as I work and study and continue to prepare for step 3, my last step exam of my medical career. Thank God. So present day, current Derrick, back in the middle of editing. Just wanted to kind of also open up and say this is around the time that I finished wrapping up step 3. I took it. Those 2 weeks kind of waiting for my score report. It was a little over 2 weeks, but those 2 weeks waiting were mostly filled with me trying to distract myself from thinking about the score. This is, as you might have heard, probably the least important of the 3 step exams, but possibly could be considered one of the most time consuming considering it's 2 days. Studying wise, usually take way less time studying for this than you do step 1 and step 2, and I did. However, it was mostly because I was working at the same time, which I was not doing during step 1 and step 2. I was only in school, so I had that to focus on. So kind of combining work and studying was really tough, and this exam just was not any less scary than the other 2. The biggest comforting thing I had was that I was already in residency, but to continue and to get my full medical license, this is important that I still passed and did well. And so it was a bit daunting. Studying for it, was really worried. As you can see in my reaction that I'm about to show, I had a lot of pent-up anxiety, so here it is. Moment of truth. What? So as you can see, I passed, and my overall score was a 227, which is higher than passing. Honestly, at this point, I've already forgotten what the passing score is, and you could probably Google it. Just look up step 3 passing score. Either way, all you need to do is pass. All I wanted to do is pass, so I was super happy about this. And most of all, I'm just glad step is officially out of the way, behind me. I have to take other exams, obviously, like my specialty specific exams and things like that, but thankfully done with step. But back to the video. All right guys, so it is 5:53 a.m. I am currently in the garage, and I am going to find time. I'm going to try to make time to show you guys a little bit of what I've been up to lately. I am in the intensive care unit, otherwise known as the ICU, and it is in the name. It is very intense, but don't want to be late to work. I have missed you guys, and I am excited to get to talk to you again. All right, guys, so we came to a point to where I can talk to you guys. So when we arrived, we did hand off with the day team. The day team gave us updates on anything that's pertinent to any patients that are unstable or heading in that direction. And we talk about patients that are new, that weren't able to be fully staffed yet, meaning our attending or our boss was not able to see them yet. Sometimes this happens if the day team is about to finish their shift, but a patient comes last minute. After we get handoff, then we go and do walking, kind of quick rounds, laying eyes on patients, introducing ourselves to patients we haven't met, figuring out what type of drips or other medications they're on right now, and anything else we need to follow up on. After that, we staff any patients that need to be staffed, and we've finished that, following up on labs that need to be drawn throughout the night and any other little fires that we need to put out. We do have one spot, one bed, so we could possibly get an admission that we need to focus on if that comes in. But for right now, I have some leftover Chinese food that I'm going to heat up. My body is still not used to nights, as always on the first night, so I am kind of out of it right now, but not a bad night so far, knock on whatever would. After my Chinese food is finished, I'm going to just kind of go through patients' charts, make sure everything's in line, everything's in place, and follow up on anything else nurses might need for patients. So I will see you guys soon. Patient presents to the ICU with pop. This is the second coffee of the night. All right, guys, so it's the last stretch of nights. It's starting pretty busy. Some patients are not doing so well, so keeping a close eye on them. And then we have a lot of transfers, so we're probably getting a lot from the ED or transfers from some LTACs, which are long-term acute care facilities. These facilities that have well-equipped healthcare teams, but it's for longer stays than you would stay in a hospital. So we have some coming from there, some coming from the emergency department, but we're doing a lot of movement in the ICU today, so I'm gonna get some coffee and get going. Okay guys, I am on the way to the store, the cake store to be specific, for another cake. This is like a little last minute cowboy rodeo themed cake for a friend. Haven't seen these group of friends for a while, at least all together at the same time. Just been pretty busy, and with ICU, I'll be dropping off the cake, hanging out for a bit, depending on how my energy levels do, because the next morning I need to be at a shift at 6 a.m. as always. I'm switching from nights to days, so my body is currently adjusting, and I am drinking a Red Bull to try to stay up. Usually for switching from nights to days, I will go home after I get off the night shift. So night shift, if I'm on ICU, will get home at maybe 7:15, 7:30 a.m. Maybe 8, depending on how terrible the day was. And then I'll sleep until noon. Obviously, I'll wake up pretty tired because I only got max 4 hours of sleep, but I'll take some form of caffeine to stay up through the rest of the day at noon so that I can actually sleep at night and try to flip my schedule. Usually the first day is pretty rough, but at this point I've done it several times and it gets a little bit easier each time. But with that being said, let's head to the cake store. In the emergency center, the patient became bradycardic and hypoxic and subsequently pulseless. It's time. Oh goodness. Alright guys, so I have now finished rounding on patients with my upper, and night rounds is usually a lot more quicker than day rounds. If you don't know what rounds is, it's basically where you spend time on each patient, where you go over their current status, their next steps, talk to family members, talk to the nurses, just a good time for the team to get together and figure out the plan moving forward. For days, usually there's a lot more moving parts, but for nights, our job as a night team member on the ICU is essentially to keep patients stable. Any moving parts that are currently still going, like they need to have imaging done or labs done, we follow up on those. We make sure those things happen. Any lines that need to be placed, for instance, like an A line or an arterial line, which is a more accurate measurement of blood pressure, or a dialysis line if a patient has kidneys that might need a little bit more help filtrating or pulling off fluids of a patient who is volume overloaded, meaning their body's holding on to too much fluid. We don't make a lot of major changes or major new changes, at least overnight, so rounds are usually generally faster. So after we get the checkout from the day team, things to follow up on, we make sure to lay eyes on all the patients, make sure they're doing okay. And because we're in the ICU, usually you have to do this more frequently than if you were on the general medicine floors. And normally most of these patients, because they are critically ill, a family member will usually be in every room, which makes sense because a lot of the patients aren't able to verbally speak or communicate with us or advocate for themselves. And we can't be in each patient's room all the time. And so family members are good people to talk to, follow up with, and kind of figure out what they've been seeing from their point of view. But either way, I have dinner that I'm gonna eat before I cannot eat if anything gets super busy. So while I have this downtime, I'm gonna go and heat up some leftovers that I got from the wedding. Hey guys, how many times am I gonna say long time no see? There's a weird glare. Anyways, long time no see. So for the last rotation of this video, I finished out a month on neurology service, the first 2 weeks being general neurology and the last 2 being subspecialty of stroke. And here you can see me in the stroke workroom, obviously super busy, couldn't capture a lot of moments for you guys, so sorry about that, but hopefully as I get a few more relaxed rotations, I'll be able to share a little bit more with you guys along the way. And I can't wait to see you guys soon. See you later.